Welcome to this week's episode of Amanda Makes a Mess. This week, I will not be making a mess. I will be showing you messes I've already made because this week's video is a sketchbook tour. So this is Sketchbook 11 that you saw me finish in the last video that I did last week. And today we're just going to be looking through it. The design starts on the cover. First it starts on the back. There's a paintbrush with some rainbow paint. This is an ELO sketchbook, by the way. And it continues, actually it continues across the top, which was a bad idea because I accidentally stuck the pages together and then I had to pry every single one of them apart. So maybe don't paint the tops of the pages of your sketchbook. That doesn't work. But it continues across the front cover, across the inside of the front cover, and here we can see the date that I started, October 15th, 2020, and the date that I finished, January 5th, 2021. That was last week, the drawing of Marisol. It goes across this page and comes back down here, and here we have the first drawing in my sketchbook, which is always Marisol. And she's saying, "Welcome to Sketchbook 11. Have a look around, but don't step in the paint puddles." Because it's raining paint on her. Or maybe it's just dripping. Who knows? This is an umbrella that I actually saw when I was looking for a reference photo of how to draw an umbrella. And I thought it was really cute, so I gave her that one. This is one of the first drawings with her new design. I think I have 2 or 3 maybe before this one. And actually, I think this is probably my favorite. This is my playlist. I actually meant to erase these pencil lines here. But every sketchbook, my second page is always a playlist. It's like whatever music that I was listening to while I was doing that sketchbook, or what inspired the drawings in it, or just whatever playlist I had on Spotify while I was drawing. Or the songs that were stuck in my head the most. Sometimes it's that too. This is something I messed up. It was supposed to be this smiley little cupcake here with a cloud dripping rainbow sprinkles, and the rainbow came over here. This was like a really light pastel rainbow. The rainbow was supposed to get darker as it came over here. And I think there was like an angry cupcake or something, but obviously that didn't work out. So, okay. This is actually one of my favorite pages. I'm not going to read this. If you want to read it, you can pause the video and read it yourself. But that's pretty much just, I wasn't happy with my artwork for a while. And, it's usually like an anti-stress thing, but it was causing me stress. And this is this is how I figured out why it was causing me stress and what I did about it. And then it was back to being good again. And this is probably one of the first drawings that I actually liked. This character was an accident. This is Ear Hoodie Girl. She doesn't have a name. She probably is never going to have a name, even though I have plans for a comic that kind of revolves around her. But I first created her in my Reckless journal on the page that I think it says you're just supposed to color the whole page. Her hair was brown then in the first creation. Her hair was brown. But I changed it to purple because I thought that made it more interesting. And she was inspired by Melanie Martinez's song Cry Baby, and then I wrote some of the lyrics in my Reckless journal. But I wanted to draw her again because I wasn't happy with how she looked. And I'm a lot happier with this version of her, and then she accidentally became a character. And there may or may not be a comic involving her sometime soon. This, I actually really like this one too. This was supposed to be part 1 in a series of drawings. I was doing, like, I don't know, monster movies maybe? Or maybe just classic horror movies or stories or whatever. The monsters in the movies, or whatever villain was in the movie, I guess, because I didn't have like a list of movies I was going for, but whatever the big bad scary thing was in the movie, I was turning them into child versions of that thing, writing Carousel creatures. And this is the Headless Horseman riding a carousel horse, like a demonic red-eyed carousel horse. I actually really like this one. It's one of my favorites, I think. This was just the bleed page. Here is another one. If you want to read this, I'm not going to read it, but if you want to read it, you can pause the video here and read it, because I'm pretty sure the text is going to show up. But basically, this is how I was planning Cat Ear Hoodie Girl for the comic. This is how I was planning to draw her. It's like information about her collars and stuff. This is what she looks like in the hoodie. This is what she looks like out of the hoodie. But yeah, everything in here so far is also, it's been colored with Ohuhu brush tip markers, except for the writing here. This was, I think, either a black Sharpie or a black paint pen, and then I wrote on it with a white gel pen. This was highlighters. The name of the comic involving Cat Ear Hoodie Girl was True Colors. These are the colors that I'm going to use for my logo or my cover page or whatever, but here I was trying to figure out how I want to arrange that, and I quit with that because I decided this was my first idea, and I decided this is the one that I really wanted to go with. So if I ever get around to actually drawing that, this is what I'm going with. This is a problem I had one day. I had to go like to the gas station or something. I don't remember. I don't remember. But it was my day off and I was being lazy, and it involved putting clothes on and I didn't want to. So I actually really like this. I think it came out pretty well. I've never been able to draw someone with a hood on before that actually looked like a hood, not like a misshapen alien head or something. So I really like that one. This was right before Halloween. I went to Bob Evans with my grandma. I was wearing this exact outfit right here. And the waitress told me my costume was cute, but I needed a witch hat to make the whole costume work. And this was not a costume. This is just an outfit that I wear like all the time. I really like this outfit. This skirt, it's a Harry Potter skirt. It has little potion bottles down here around the edges of it. And this is one of my favorite outfits. It's not a costume, but yeah, that happened. It's not even the only time that happened. I was wearing something else at the time though. I was wearing the same shirt, but I had a gray Harry Potter skirt on that has books and cats around the edges here. But otherwise it's basically the same as this one. Yeah, I got the same thing there too. This never worked out. This was supposed to be like I think a 3 or 4 panel comic, but I ended up scrapping it because it was Halloween themed, and it was after Halloween when I finally got around to working on it. And I hated his skin tone. Actually, on camera it doesn't look so bad, but in real life it's just dead looking. It's like, I don't know, but I didn't like it. So the idea behind this comic was, she's a cat. So in the first frame, she was saying, what was she saying? Meow, I'm a cat, give me candy, or something like that. And he's giving her candy, but he was going to be saying, something like, I thought cats weren't supposed to have chocolate. Then the next frame showed her eating the chocolate. And then the one after that, she looked sick, like she had these swirly eyes, and I don't know, but she was supposed to look sick. And then he's standing there looking at her saying, I told you cats weren't supposed to have chocolate. It was Halloween themed, and then Halloween came and went, and I still didn't have it finished, and I kind of lost interest in it. And that's nothing important. This is Marisol again. I actually intended to color this. This was it was something on Twitter where you're supposed to draw one of your original characters in your favorite outfit. This is my favorite outfit for fall. This sweatshirt's pink and the writing on it, and these stripes on the sleeves are white, and gray leggings. These boots, they look like Uggs, but they're not. There's some fake thing that's like they're covered in black sequins. And that was my favorite outfit, but I never got around to coloring it because I made some mistakes and I couldn't see anything else on this page but these mistakes. But now, though, I can't even actually see the mistakes on camera. But if you look closely, her eye is smudged really bad right here. It's not graphite, it's the ink. And I'm not completely sure how I did that. And this cat, this is Marisol, by the way. This is Sebastian, Chloe's hunting partner, the shapeshifter. But the way I made his face, it's just weird looking. So, yeah, I ended up hating that drawing, and I never got around to coloring it. I probably never will. Oh, this one. I actually really like this, and I wish I had finished it. But, this, I was just sitting there waiting for Assassin's Creed Valhalla to install on my Xbox one night, and the cover was laying on my desk beside me, and I drew this using the cover of Assassin's Creed Valhalla as a reference. I really do wish I had finished because I like this. It's like my art style, but the cover of the game. But I think the game must have hit the point where it's installed enough that you can play it, and I quit with this. Wish I hadn't. This one, I actually really liked this, but I wasn't crazy about this right here. I wanted this to be a rainbow, but it wasn't long enough because I didn't give myself enough space on this page. So I didn't finish this. I just used this as a reference photo, and then I did a painting of the same thing. I was actually trying to just do this video in one, like a one-shot thing without any editing, but if I can find that painting, I will take a picture of it and edit it into the video. So if you're seeing the painting here, I found the painting, and this is what it looks like if you're seeing it right now. Actually, really, it came out pretty good. I used cheap Walmart brand acrylic paint, and what did I use on it? I think I might have used Arteza paint pens for some of the details. This is, I swatched a set of markers I bought at Five Below. They had a set of 12 alcohol markers. I think they were $5. And actually they had two sets. I got both sets, and this is what they looked like. I was actually really, really surprised at how good these were. These were the markers. These markers were terrible. Don't buy these markers. They're sold at Walmart, but this is the only good blend I got out of them. They were bad. There's actually a drawing in here that I did with those that I ended up quitting with it because the markers were just so awful. This is a plead page. We don't need to see that. This is the drawing that I did with the Five Below markers. The green here did not come out very well, but that wasn't the markers, that was me. I was coloring like half in the dark, and I overworked this area too much. but I'm very happy with the way the pink ice cream cone turned out and the cones on both of them. I'm really happy with those. There may be more of these markers in the sketchbook. I'm not sure. I know I did use them a few times after this because there's not actually enough colors. There's only 24 colors altogether. It's not enough to be a decent set on their own. But with them and my Ohuhu markers together, they work together and they're actually pretty good. I would definitely buy those again. This is the set. This is the drawing that I did with that set of Royal and Langnickel markers. I was just drawing a rainbow with a chocolate chip cookie cloud and the blue sky, but they were all like really, really saturated colors and they didn't blend together. You can see right here, this is where I tried to blend it, but it's obviously two separate colors, and then it got all splotchy here. This is only 2 layers of marker and it should not have done that. And I got so disgusted with them that I couldn't even finish this. So it still has the washi tape on the edges where I was going to make a border of white around the sky. I didn't even deal with that. This is an idea that I had that also didn't work out, but I may go back to this. This was, for some reason I had the idea for bunny bottles, like potion bottles with little bunnies in them. It seemed like a good idea at the time, and honestly, I still kind of like the idea, but yeah, I don't know. I could still go back to it, but I'll probably never finish this one. I may redo this one, but I'll never finish this particular drawing. This was a practice video. I wanted to see how my camera worked and how my my tripod would set up and how my ring light looked. So I did this drawing of Alice with the roses that I actually really liked, but the roses were just so detailed I never got around to coloring it. I could still get around to coloring it if I get really bored, but honestly I really doubt it, because once I'm done with a sketchbook and I say I'm done with it, that's pretty much it. I never go back to it. This is when I was planning my YouTube channel. I was getting really, really, really close to my date that I wanted to start. This was like mid-December, and I wanted to start January 1st. And I had a lot I had to do. This is the background of my logo, or it is my logo, or something. This pink blob and the words "Amanda makes a mess" are my logo. This is the original drawing. I took a picture of it, and I photoshopped the text onto it. And that was my logo. Then I did the orange blob, the yellow blob. That is actually yellow, even though on camera it looks orange. The green blob, the blue blob, and the purple blob. I did all of those, and they were, if you've seen my YouTube banner, that's the blobs. I did the same thing for them that I did for my logo. I just took pictures of them, photoshopped the background out, and just kind of threw them on the banner with the name of my channel. And I actually like the way it looks. I kind of want to recreate it digitally once I get an iPad and I can use Procreate, but at the same time, most of the artwork that's going to be on my channel is going to be traditional. So I kind of feel like this should be traditional artwork as well in my logo, my banner, and eventually my intro, because this is going to be used in my intro that I need to film too. So I do feel like this should stay traditional and not go digital, but I feel like digital would look better because it wouldn't be like streaky. So I haven't decided what to do with that yet. I was testing something with this drawing, but I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been some colored fine liners, because you can see here there's no black outlines on this one. Except here, obviously, on this part that's gray. But I think this might have been me testing some some colored fine liners. I really like this though. I end up drawing a lot of like junk food, but it's fun to draw, especially all this drippy icing. This was December 15th. So yeah, I was about 16 or 17 days away from launching my YouTube channel at this point. That's not important. That's not important. That's not important. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Okay, here we go. This you've not seen yet, because when I upload this video, like 4 days from now, 5 days from now, something. This is a video for this Friday. I probably still won't have my intro done. This is part of my intro. I don't want to say too much, or I'll probably ruin it. But yeah, that's part of my intro. You can see my markers are now the ink a little bit here. Same thing for this one. This one's also part of my intro. But I don't want to say too much about it because, oh, that is drawn so crooked. That is so crooked right there. That's okay. Yeah, this is also part of my intro that hopefully you'll see in the next couple of weeks when I get some time to work on it. Here is Alice from my first YouTube video. I should probably write that on here somewhere. But yeah, I filmed this because I finished this drawing. I filmed it like the 20th or the 21st of December, like right before Christmas. And it did not show up on YouTube until the 1st of January. That's when it showed up on YouTube. Because like I said, this was not intended to be my first video, but oh. Yeah, we're not going to skip that page. I guess I'm going to, that drawing that I said last week was never going to see the light of day. Now you're actually going to get to see that. At some point in here, there's a bleed page. This is one of my original characters. His name is Sugar Venom, and he's a peppermint striped snake. He's based on, his body shape is based on the ball python, but he has fangs that aren't showing in this picture. But his fangs drip like pink sticky, like liquid sugary stuff. So his name is Sugar Venom. And in this drawing, he's impersonating a lollipop. I actually really liked this one. I like the way it came out. Even if the square behind it's a little bit crooked, it's okay. It's nothing. This is a drawing that I never finished. I don't remember what it was supposed to be. I actually just did this like maybe a couple weeks ago. This is... I never finished this one because I wanted it to be a painting, but I never actually got around to painting it. I actually have it sitting over here on a wood canvas somewhere. I would show you, but it's so lightly drawn, I don't think it would show up on camera. I'm thinking I might still do something with this, but like erase the Christmas tree and turn that into a box of chocolates, and maybe this could be some flowers or something, and it could be a Valentine's Day themed gnome. Then I could use like pinks and reds and whites on it. I could still do that. And nope. This, I actually ended up not finishing it, but this was supposed to be my first YouTube video because we have the Year of the Ox here. The year, even though I am aware that Chinese New Year is not until February, and the Year of the Ox technically starts in February. But we had the Year of the Ox. This was my Chinese zodiac sign, the rat. And it was also the Year of the Rat in 2020, the year that just ended, although technically this is still January, so I guess this is still the Year of the Rat until Chinese New Year, which is sometime next month. I think that's the way it works. I'm not 100% sure about that, so don't judge me on my lack of knowledge. So yeah, you can see I started to color this gold, and then I hated it so much I just gave up with it. But looking at it now, it's kind of cute. It was rat's nose, though. I don't know about that. The cow's cute. This is some more markers. These are ones my grandma got me for Christmas. They are actually, if I can get hold of them without spilling them, they are these markers right here. Those are actually really good markers for water-based markers. They have the flamingo on them too. See, there's a flamingo. Those are for water-based markers. Those are really good. They have a like a pin, which is what I write all the numbers with, on one end, and the other end is a very small brush tip marker. They're kind of like highlighters, but they're actually a little bit like those Tombow markers at the same time, which I really like. I wanted them to use as colored fine liners, and I'm sure I'll eventually end up coloring something with them too, but I don't use water-based markers a lot. This is color shift paint from Folk Art. I also got this for Christmas. You can't really see the color shift except, oh, there you go, you can. See those two on the bottom. It's actually really pretty. It's kind of most of the colors have like gold in them. You can't see it at all in the black on camera, but the black actually looks like an oil slick. I love that one. Yeah, you can't see it very well on camera, but they're really shiny. They're really pretty. This is the only time I've used them so far. I don't know what to paint with them. This, we aren't going to look at that. I have a Harley Quinn in every sketchbook I have used since 2016. And this is Sketchbook 11. I started numbering them in 2019. So you can imagine how many sketchbooks has been since 2013 if this is 11 since 2019. And everyone has a Harley Quinn in it. I was getting close to the end of the sketchbook, so I had to do a Harley Quinn. But this one, I don't like her face. I think her face looks stupid. I do not like the way the blend here between the pink and yellow and the blue and yellow and her hair came out. This actually looks green. It probably is green. I don't like the way that turned out. I do like her pose though. I've never drawn her with the bat before. This we don't need to see because I want to do a video about that later, I think. This is a bleed page, and here, you probably saw this last week. This is my end of Sketchbook 11 video. This is Marisol, and she's saying it's over, 2020 is over, and we made it out alive, or undead. And the sketchbook is over too. I'll be back in a few days with the next one. Which, she will, because next week's video will be me starting Sketchbook 12. And you'll get to see me draw Marisol again, but it'll probably be a better drawing than this, at least I hope so. Because I'm not crazy about the way her face looks in this one. And you'll get to see me set up my playlist page, you'll get to see me draw Marisol, and you'll get to see me decorate the inside cover, since the front cover of Sketchbook 12 is already, like, I didn't already decorate it, but it already has decorations on it. And I do not know where that is right now. It should be here somewhere. Which, oh, here it is. This is Sketchbook 12. It already has elephants on it. So you're going to get to see me decorate this inside cover next week. I'm going to draw Marisol here. And I'm going to set up my playlist page. I've already got some songs here that I've been listening to while I've decorated these other pages in Sketchbook 12, which you don't really need to see right now because I'm still working on those. But yeah, that's next week's video, and this one is getting really long. It's almost half an hour long. Wow, my camera's not focusing. So goodbye for now, and I will see you again next week for hopefully a shorter video when I start on Sketchbook 12.